because I've been on the road in Chicago. I was doing some work for my day job out of AM 560 The Answer in Chicago, our Salem media colleagues up there in the Windy City. By the way, they have the coolest call letters ever. WIND is the station call sign. Like, that's cool. That's cool. I love it. But while I was out there in Chicago, I flew out. My flight got delayed significantly. So I was supposed to leave at, 6:30 on Monday evening, and I didn't, a Sunday. Yeah, I left Sunday. That's right. Man, the week flew by. Anyway, I was supposed to leave at like 6:30 and then get to Chicago sometime around 9 o'clock because you got an hour time difference there. I didn't get to Chicago and check into my hotel until after actually 4 in the morning. It was almost 4:30 in the morning that I get to Chicago, check into my hotel just to sleep a little bit. Well, really, you couldn't call it sleep, I would say, before an 8 a.m. meeting. And having said that, though, it got me thinking, because I went to, and this surprised me, and I promise this has an automotive tie-in to it, but this really surprised me, which is normally if I travel for work, I can typically get an Uber anywhere I'm at, even if it's kind of late. Now, what surprised me was that I got to, when I got to the airport, Chicago O'Hare Airport, and it's, like the biggest international airport in the country, allegedly. And I sure thought that at, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, when my plane actually landed, that I would be able to get an Uber. Boy, was I wrong, because it took a whole nother hour to get an Uber in Chicago, of all places. And then an Uber comes by and picks me up, and it's a boring Toyota Prius. Nothing interesting. It's like a 15-year-old Toyota Prius, but it's driven by a Korean guy who was hilarious, by the way. I will say that. I gave this dude like 5 stars. If I could have given him 6 stars, I would have. I don't know how this guy was so funny at basically 4 in the morning. I don't know how he did it. Now, I can't tell you why he was funny, because then the FCC would probably revoke the license of this radio station. But let me tell you, this Korean guy, he was like a stand-up comic, an older Korean guy, and there was a certain word in the English lexicon that rhymes with truck, but doesn't start with TR. You can probably guess which one. That was like his favorite word. His favorite. He's speaking this broken English with a heavy Korean accent, and he's utilizing this English word that I can't say because this is a radio show and I'm regulated by the FCC. Now, if this were a podcast, maybe I could tell you some of the jokes he said. But having said that, this dude was tremendously funny, which made up for the fact that the car was pretty boring. Now, I know if you're getting an Uber, you're not expecting an interesting car. If anything, you're just like me, getting in on a flight that got delayed by many, many hours, because I guess people don't want to work as air traffic controllers anymore. They've got a problem with that right now. People don't want to do that. But anyway, you just want to get to where you're going. And frankly, at this time in the wee hours of the morning, I couldn't care what picked me up as long as it ran and drove and got me to my hotel where I could lay down for a few minutes. But you know why? It has me wondering, right? When you go on the Uber app, and I'll do it right here on the air. Let me pull up my Uber account, and they give you different options. Okay, so let's pull up Uber here. And now I know you could use Lyft as well, but I'm pretty bought into the Uber ecosystem at this point. And it's like, I don't want to set up a whole nother account. It's a pain to do that. But if I go here and I go look for rides, all right, let's look at rides. Where to? Oh, I don't know. I'm going to pick a random location here in Colorado Springs. Let's say Pikes Peak. Ooh, no. How about Pikes Peak International Raceway? How about that? Let's put that in here. And will it let me actually do it? Pikes Peak International Raceway. Okay, here we go. This is, all right. How long is the ride to PPIR? And I do like PPIR. Racetracks are good. We need to support our local racetracks. They're not a sponsor, but they should be a sponsor of my show. If you're listening at PPIR, let's talk. Let's get more people to the racetrack. And by the way, now that my S2000, which if you're watching on the video, you can see it behind me with a K-Series under the hood that actually runs and drove. I drove it this week. That's a different story. I drove it when I got back. But Okay, Uber gives me a couple of options here. We've got Comfort. We've got Uber X. And I'll read the descriptions on these. So Comfort, newer cars with extra legroom. Uber X, affordable rides, all to yourself. Uber X Priority, affordable rides, all to yourself. Again, but priority. Uber XL, affordable rides for groups up to 6. And also if you've got a lot of like baggage and equipment. Sometimes when I travel for my day job, I'm traveling with a lot of broadcasting equipment. And it's heavy, and it's in a bunch of big Pelican cases. So, we've also got Uber Economy for you and your pet. Uber Economy Pet Edition. Uber XXL with extra legroom. That's probably like the American, that's only a double XL. I think American would actually be a triple XL. But anyway, so we've got all of these options, and what are we missing from here? And one thing, because I'm in the Springs, there's fewer options here, but there are also, when I'm in bigger cities, options for Uber EV, Uber Quiet, stuff like that. And what I want to know is why, when I pull up Uber, is there not Uber crusty, rusty, drift car, Toyota thing that probably runs sometimes? I want that as an option, like drift taxi. Like, why can't I get an Uber for some rusty, crusty Toyota with like bucket seats and harnesses in it? That's not an option. Now, sure, some people probably have supercars, and I've seen social media influencers, I'm going to go pick up someone for Uber in my McLaren. Yeah, that's cool and all. But why would I want a McLaren when I could be picked up in a JZX 90 Chaser with the bumper falling off of it? I mean, this is the sort of experience that I'm looking for in an Uber. I know that at 4 a.m, I just want to get to my hotel. But all other times of the day, I want to be picked up from the airport in something that's loud, something that's got a big single turbo, maybe no wastegate. We're going no wastegate on this. We're just doing like an anti-surge turbo. The thing's loud as hell. And it is noisy, and it smells like burning oil, and the driver won't actually shut it off when he comes to pick you up in your bags because he knows it won't start again if he turns it off. It's like, this is the premium experience. I want to feel like I'm at home when I'm on the road, right? It's all about accommodating the customer. It's a sense of hospitality, and that's the sort of experience that I have when I try to drive the S2000, or the 86 now is not driving because it doesn't have an engine that runs in it. It's got a different engine, doesn't run though. That's the experience I have at home. And I think that Uber really could be onto something here if they did this. And maybe even Jim Miller could be a part of this with his crusty Toyota collection. He could, take you to the airport in a falling apart Toyota Crown. But it has fender mirrors, so that's good. So anyway, Uber, if you're listening, this is a business idea. We should talk. We should make this happen. We should make this a reality. There's at least one other nut out there like me who would buy into this. So I'm sure it'll make you a ton of money. Don't go anywhere. Jim Miller is up next on Automotive ADHD.